What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This here is Legitical Response. We cover political news. We keep you up to date and keep you informed with everything that the government does. Now, in a glorious chain of events that just so happened to make Joe Biden look terrible, he has now sacrificed his son, all to make the two-tier justice system seem like it's just a one-tier justice system. He's tried to make his political persecutions of Donald Trump look like they weren't political persecutions of Donald Trump by having his own DOJ go after his son. But that is now backfired, folks. That's right. We all know that David Weiss was appointed an independent special counsel to go after his own son. And after a failed plea deal that was absolute garbage, and the judge was like, are you guys freaking serious? This is absolute ridiculousness. Yeah, absolute ridiculous. It gave Hunter Biden immunity not only from the gun crimes, but also from the tax crimes that he's been evading. And it also gave immunity to Joe Biden, James Biden, and several other of Hunter Biden's associates from being prosecuted for anything related to any of this, among other things. Like, we didn't get the vast majority of the details for that plea deal, but we did get some of the details, and those were some of the details, right? So that was, the judicial system backfiring on Joe Biden there. Right? And then in a bid to make himself seem impartial, sacrificing his son gets found guilty on all 3 counts of a gun crime that he should have never been prosecuted for in the first place. To be honest with you, I don't get this case whatsoever. I hate this statute in the law. Don't like it at all, because it borderline violates your Fifth Amendment rights. Essentially, when you fill out a background check, they ask you if you're on drugs. This is what Hunter Biden did. Of course, we all probably know this, but just in case anybody doesn't know, you fill out a gun form to get a gun. They ask you if you're on drugs. Yeah, so basically, you have to just about incriminate yourself just to get a gun, right? So you figure, well, how the hell are they going to know? Just lie on it. Well, guess what happens when you lie, right? Like, this gun charge shouldn't even be brought. But because of Joe Biden's advocacy for background checks and all this other BS, his son is now possibly going to be going to jail, and it makes Joe Biden just look like the worst dad in America, in my opinion, because he says he's not going to pardon his son. Talk about a very, very difficult game of rock versus hard place, right? On the one hand, it's your freaking son. I would have no problems whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I expect Joe Biden to pardon Hunter Biden. Why would you not do that? However, we know Joe Biden is a career politician, and we know Joe Biden is a corrupt scumbag. So, therefore, he's probably not going to pardon his son, just to make it look like there's no impropriety going on whatsoever. Like, he respects the judicial system, y'all, but yeah, as you guys well know, he doesn't respect the judicial system whatsoever. Let's get into the story. Biden says he'll respect judicial process after son's conviction. Yeah, freaking right, huh? President Joe Biden said Tuesday that he supports Hunter Biden after a jury convicted him of 3 felonies in Delaware. As I said last week, I am the president, but I'm also a dad, Biden said. Jill and I love our son, and we are so proud of the man he is today. I'm sorry, but honestly, if my son done a lot of the stuff that Joe's son has done, I would not get out anywhere and publicly declare that I was proud of him for doing so. I would not expect my dad to get out there and say he's proud of me for some of the stuff that I've done. Yeah, Hunter Biden is a scumbag, by the way, in case you guys didn't know that. Just, like father, like son. So, hang on. Let me think about this for a second. Maybe he's right. Maybe he is proud of his son. So many families who have loved ones battle addiction understand the feeling of pride seeing someone you love come out the other side and be so strong and resilient in recovery. Yeah, that's nice and all, but Do we believe this at all? I mean, the guy's 50-something years old, and he was still doing crack as of recently, right? Like, I struggled with addiction too, but I didn't do nearly half of the stuff that he did. And I've been clean for freaking 15 years now. Of course, I wasn't really that bad off. I had a lot more self-respect. I didn't let myself get that bad off. Once I saw I was going down that path, I changed that path. I said, no, I can't do this. Can't get down this path. Yeah, I was kind of strung out, I guess you could say, for a couple of years. And I was like, no, this ain't the life for me. I got to change some stuff up here. And, I turned it around. But we just found cocaine in the White House recently. And there is not many people that could actually get away with bringing cocaine into the White House. And we just so happen to know that Joe Biden's son loved cocaine a lot. Yeah, the FBI knows, the Secret Service knows who brought that cocaine into the White House. You think the most surveilled house in the United States, they wouldn't know who brought that into the White House? Yeah, right. As I also said last week, I will accept the outcome of this case and will continue to respect the judicial process as Hunter considers an appeal, the president added. Jill and I will always be there for Hunter and the rest of our family with our love and support. Nothing will ever change that. U.S. Rep. Nancy Mace, a Republican from South Carolina, posted her comments on X. Check this out. Timing is everything, she wrote. This is the veil of fairness in the justice system at POTUS. No, I'm sorry. It's not the veil of a fair justice system. Look at Donald Trump, for God's sakes. I'm trying to leave Trump out of this one, so we're going to leave Trump out of this one. Just look at the plea deal that they were trying to give to Hunter. Yeah, that's not very fair. Once again, this charge shouldn't even be brought in the first place, and the fact that they are bringing this charge is ridiculous. I still think it's a ploy to make Joe Biden look better, look like he's not going after his political rivals. So it's, in other words, so the Democrats can get out there and say, oh, look, the justice system is fair. Joe Biden's going after his own son. Yeah, that's the whole reason for this, I believe, because look up the statistics on how many people are charged with lying on a background check to purchase a gun. It's very, very few. And all of them, literally all of them, are criminals, are convicted criminals. Yeah, convicted beforehand, by the way, like misdemeanors and stuff like that. U.S. Rep. James Comer of Kentucky said more investigations are needed. Of course he's going to say that. James Comer, yes, you're right, more investigations are needed. We need evidence. You need to find that evidence. Of course, James Comer, I applaud you for finding the evidence that you have found. By God, all of the checks coming in from the shell companies of Hunter Biden, the shell companies of James Biden, for quote-unquote loan repayments, right? Yeah, I'm going to remind everybody of this one. Joe Biden paid out almost $500,000 in loans to Hunter and James Biden without a subsequent, right, like there's no check, there's no outgoing check or withdrawal of that amount of money from Joe Biden's bank account. But yet, he gets a loan repayment without actually paying out a loan? I wonder what's going on with that. And people and Democrats say, oh, that's just a loan repayment. That's not any sign of impropriety or anything else. Well, then what the hell is it? Hunter Biden just so happens to get a $5 million bribe from a Ukrainian company. And weeks later, Joe Biden just so happens to get a check for $250,000 after that money was transferred to a shell company and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, come on now. We all know what's going on here. Hunter Biden and James Biden were selling Joe Biden. Hunter Biden's sweetheart plea deal was smoked out after scrutiny by a federal judge. Yes, that was an insane plea deal, like I talked about earlier. That plea deal, like the judge looked at it and said, what in the is going on here? I can't sign off on this. I'll get disbarred and possibly get criminally charged. Yeah, you can't just broadly grant immunity to people like that. Like people that didn't have anything to do with that specific prosecution. We're getting immunity from that specific prosecution. Like, something funny was going on with that. Yeah, David Weiss. Yeah, that's just outright insane within itself, right? Like, that was the whole backfiring, if you will, that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, they wanted to go after Hunter Biden to make it look like they're not just going after Trump because it's Trump. Like, find the man and I'll show you the crime type of deal. Yeah, they were like, oh, we want to be fair, so let's go after Hunter Biden because the FBI's already investigated this. And they've got enough to prosecute, so let's just go ahead and do that, and then we'll backdoor it with a plea deal, and it'll just quietly go away. But it didn't quietly go away, did it, Joe? No, it backfired in epic proportion. Today's verdict is a step toward accountability, but until the Department of Justice investigates everyone involved in the Biden's corrupt influence peddling schemes that generated over $18 million in foreign payments to the Biden family, it will be clear department officials continue to cover for the big guy, Joe Biden. Special counsel David Weiss indicted Hunter Biden in September 2023 in federal court in Delaware on 3 counts tied to the possession of a gun while using drugs. 2 of the counts involve allegations that he allegedly lied on a form attesting that he was not using illegal drugs when he bought a .38 Special Colt Cobra revolver in October 2018. The 3rd count alleges that he possessed a firearm while using illicit drugs. Among other things, by the way, if you don't know about that case, that's just some insane stuff going on. Yeah, they found out about this. Yeah, Hunter's excuse, right, was that he wasn't doing drugs at the time when he filled out the form. That's why he lied on it, right? Like, your dad is one of the biggest confiscators of guns, like, you know, wants to come after the Second Amendment, in other words. Not that he actually confiscates guns, but you know what I'm trying to say here. And you're going to go and lie on a federal background check? Come on, dude. That is the epitome of hypocrisy in this country. But then his wife, or I forget, Haley Biden, whoever the hell that is, I think that was his dead brother's wife, finds the gun and goes and throws it in a trash can in a back alley. Like, what? And then comes back to look for it after Hunter Biden excoriated her for doing so. It's like, this whole situation, just go look it up. It's outright insane. And these people are crazy to think that we're not going to see through this, right? Like, this is just an epic backfire of the judicial system on the Biden family, who was trying to get out from underneath, looking like they're just going after Donald Trump for no freaking reason, because they're going after Donald Trump for no freaking reason. Right, like, of course, there's reasoning behind these cases, but it's so minimal that to get the DOJ involved in some of this crap, like, some of them are absolute BS, but some of them, okay, I see where you're coming from, right? Like, once again, the documents case. Yeah, President Trump probably shouldn't have certain national secrets. However, did he have those documents in his possession, or did he have something else? We need to know these things, right? Because there's an election coming up, and we would like to know if he retained nuclear secrets, right? Like, nobody actually believes that's the truth, because we found out later that the federal government had those pallets of documents in a facility in Virginia for 6 months before they shipped it to Mar-a-Lago. It's not like Donald Trump just stole some boxes of documents here. The federal government shipped those boxes there. We didn't find this out till later. So when this first came out, sure, go ahead. You know, Trump shouldn't have national secrets. Of course, maybe he has the right to, but he probably shouldn't. That's probably not a good idea to have nuclear secrets. as they say, but did he? That's the thing. And then with the falsifying of business records, to upgrade it to a felony is what the problem is here. Okay? Charge him with the falsifying of business records, whatever. I could care less about that. But the fact that you're calling it election interference, and then you're also at the same time not going after Hillary Clinton for doing something that most people would agree is much worse, right? Fabricating fake evidence or fabricating real evidence, paying for it with campaign funds, all to take down your political opponent, is a whole hell of a lot worse than falsifying a business record. You tell me down in the comments which of those two is worse. Yeah, I think we all know the answer to that question. But rocking a hard place here for Joe Biden, y'all. But I think I'm done with this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section, because I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. Let me know what you think. But that's all I got. I want to thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.